Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about speed limiters on trucks over 26,000 pounds. But first, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased on owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you've provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming, and let's talk about these speed limiters on trucks over 26K GVW. Now, we've made videos about this in the past. I'll leave a little card here in the corner. I wanted to revisit this video because the FMCSA is revisiting the issue. All right, so they're actually looking to move forward with putting speed limiters on any truck over 26,000 pounds as far as gross weight ratings. Now, this is going to affect all of the trucks. Doesn't matter if you're a semi truck or if it's a box truck or whatever might be the case. Even if you're if it's a pickup truck, but it's listed at that, at that weight, it's registered with the state at that weight with the FMCSA, it's going to have a speed limiter on it. Now, what's interesting, and we've covered this, at great length in previous videos, but it's really important I revisit this because since last year, the FMCSA, during their comment period on this issue, received over 15,000 comments, which was pretty much a record-setting scenario, and most of the comments were against putting this into effect. So it's very much is a split issue between the folks that feel that it's a good idea, others who don't, but the majority of the comments were from carriers, from truckers, from different trucking associations. Majority were against it. So certainly would love to hear from you guys in a comment section below whether or not you think this is a good idea or a bad idea. But as you'll see, it is definitely a split issue when you consider the kind of the pros and cons of the situation. Now, it has been a state issue. Each state has the right to set speed limits because the speed limits are state mandated. Okay, so states have been setting speed limits since 1995. That has been the case ever since then. And basically the idea is, why is the federal government entering this if the states have been granted power to set these speed limits, and why is the federal government getting in and basically overriding what the states feel is the correct speed limit for any specific motorway, right? Now, studies show that basically same speed traffic is safer, right? So if you have cars, trucks, motorcycles, everybody going the same speed, it's safer than having split speed limits, right? So lower speed limits for semi-trucks, higher speed limits for other, motorists on the road. Now, slowing down trucks leads to more congestion. Okay, that makes sense. If you're, the slower you go, the more congestion you're going to create, especially with a mixed bag of speed limits like we just mentioned earlier. There's also a 2005 study that basically shows that interactions between vehicles, and that could be anything. It could be like accidents or whatnot. It could be all sorts of different things. So that's not really being defined in this case, but this 2005 study says that interactions between vehicles are up by 227% at a 10 mile per hour, below the speed limit difference, right? And what the problem is that generally leads to more crashes. So if you slow down trucks by just 10 miles under the speed limit, generally that's going to result in crashes. Now, on the other hand, Ohio, for example, they had a speed limit of 70 miles per hour in 2013 that they had set, and what they found is that actually led up to crashes. An increase of 25%, right? So they increased their speed limit to 70 miles per hour and crashes went up by 25%. So on the other hand, you have that. There's also many trucking associations that are completely against this, and there are some that are for it, right? And as always, OOIDA, OOIDA, and the ATA, the trucking associations are butting heads. It's almost as if they are two polar opposites that were put in place in order to look at trucking issues and basically argue till everyone's blue in the face. It almost feels that way. But, they're butting heads about this. There are certain congressmen that are for it. Some are against it. They're kind of split. There has been a piece of legislature that's being put into place to prevent this piece of legislature from moving forward. So it's a really kind of a tough situation, and we'd certainly love to hear from you guys in the comment section below. And as always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you hit the the comments out there. There's going to be some talk, I'm sure. This is a heated debate, a heated issue, and we'd love to hear from you guys. So I'm going to switch over to camera. We're going to look over the loads that we booked for our customers, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back. Let's take a look at some of these loads this week. We got vans and reefers. Everybody did very well. Everyone on this list made over $2 a mile on their loaded miles. Some did better than others. We're going to start off with a reefer coming out of Russellville, Arkansas, going to Perryville, Maryland. It's a 39,000 pound load of turkey, 1,157 miles booked at $2,900, got them $251 per mile. Then Levittown, Pennsylvania with a 1-pick 2-dropper to Commerce, Georgia and Winter Haven, Florida. It's a 38,000 pound load of dry food goods, so the reefer stayed off on this one. It's 1,259 miles booked at $1,600, got them $1.27, and it'll make sense going into Florida at $1.27, coming out of Dover, Florida, going to Hillside, New Jersey, very similar miles, 41,000 pound load of Athena melons, and it's 1,130 miles booked at $4,200, got them $372 per mile. Now, it makes sense because right now it's melon season. There's going to be flowers coming out of Florida right now, so prices are really good coming out of southern Florida especially, and you're going to be able to make up the difference. That's why you really got to know your seasons. In this case, Dispatch did a great job. This is a driver that ran for 7 days, Monday to Monday, and grossed $8,700 on their 3,546 loaded miles, got an average of $245 per loaded mile, with one of the loads being a dry load. So fantastic job on a driver, great job on a dispatcher as well. Next, we got ourselves a dry van coming to Bartlett, Illinois, going to Twinsburg, Ohio with a 33,000 pound load of brake and rotors and drums, 394 miles booked at $900, got them $228 a mile. Then Huron, Ohio to Berea, Kentucky with a 43,000 pound load of scrap aluminum, 333 miles booked at 786 miles, got them $236 a mile. Then Ferguson, Kentucky to Parsons, West Virginia, 44,000 pound load of dry goods, 386 miles booked at $11.50, got them $298 a mile. And a great job coming out of Parsons, West Virginia, 0 deadhead. West Virginia is tough to come out of in the first place. Going to Matthews, North Carolina. This time a light load, 20,000 pounds of matchlight briquettes, 378 miles booked at $900, got them $238 a mile. They finished off with Hickory, North Carolina, going to Colorado Springs, Colorado with a 45,000 pound heavier load of building supplies, 1,507 miles booked at $2,999, got them $1.99 on that one. So great job as well. Monday to Monday, ended up running 2,998 loaded miles at an average of $225 per loaded mile average. Ran or a gross $6,735 gross on their week. So great job there. Next, we got ourselves a reefer coming out of Dayton, Oregon with a 1-pick 4-dropper going to Lincoln, Nebraska, Farragut, Iowa, North Topeka with 1 drop. So that's North Topeka, Kansas, then Delano Township, Kansas. And all of that was a 30,000 pound load of greenhouses. So not exactly sure. It's probably just folded greenhouses. 2,003 miles booked at $4,100, got them $205 a mile. Then Arkansas City, Kansas, going to Freona, Texas with a 40,000 pound load of general freight. It's a 26,000 pound load, 410 miles booked at $13.50, got them $329 a mile. And Tucumcari, New Mexico to El Grove Village, Illinois with a 40,000 pound load of cheese at 45 degrees on a reefer, 1,123 miles booked at $2,300, got them $205 a mile on that one. Equally well done. Running 7 days, Friday to Friday, grossed $77.50 on their 7 days, ran 3,536 loaded miles at an average of $219 per loaded mile average. Definitely a great job there. Next, we got ourselves a dry van out of Chicago going to Valley City, North Dakota with a 15,000 pound load of heat treat. 699 miles booked at $1,050, got them $150 for this light load. Then out of Fargo, North Dakota, coming out to Houston, Texas with a 23,000 pound load of food products. 1,295 miles booked at $2,400, got them $185 on that one. And they finished off with is this a 2-pick? Yeah, 2-pick. 1 drop out of, 2-pick 1 drop out of LaPorte, Texas and Sugar Land, Texas, going to Loveland, Colorado, longer run, a very light, 6,000 pounds of dry goods, 1,133 miles booked at $2,800, got him $247 a mile. And all in all, it was Thursday to Wednesday, so 6 days on the road. Ended up grossing $6,250, ran 3,127 loaded miles at an average of $2 per mile loaded. Next, we got ourselves another dry van coming out of Groveport, Ohio, going to Front Royal, Virginia, with a 42,000 pound load of miscellaneous grocery items, 340 miles booked at $1,100, got him $324 a mile. Then at a Raffine, Virginia, going to Holland, Michigan, with a 41,000 pound load of paper, 679 miles booked at $11.95, got him $1.76 on that one. And then finished up with looks like Spring Lake, Michigan, going to Draper, Utah. It's a 41,000 pound load of 14 ounce 12 pack Core Power Elite strawberries, 1,566 miles booked at $3,224, got him $206 per mile on that one. Ended up finishing off the week Friday to Friday, 7 days, running 2,585 miles at an average of $214 per loaded mile average. Ended up grossing $5,519 on their miles for the week. Then we got ourselves another dry van coming out of Ghana, Ohio, going to Lansing, Michigan, with a 42,000 pound load of finished goods, 249 miles booked at $600, got him $241 a mile. Then Kalamazoo, Michigan to Omaha, Nebraska, with a 34,000 pound load of food grocery items, 596 miles booked at $11.50, got him $1.93 on that one. Then Fremont, Nebraska to Edwardsville, Illinois, with a 42,000 pound load of miscellaneous animal food, 505 miles booked at $950, got him $1.88. And then Maryland Heights, Missouri to Campty, Louisiana, that's a 43,000 pound load of cardboard boxes, 578 miles booked at $12.67, got him $2.19 a mile. And finished off with Mansfield, Louisiana, going to Jacksonville, Florida, with a 45,000 pound load of roll stock, 808 miles booked at $19.50, got him $241 a mile. And they'll probably come out of Jacksonville for really decent money next week. Now, Thursday to Thursday, gross $5,917 for the week, ran 2,736 loaded miles at an average of $216 per loaded mile average. I'm going to finish off with a dry van coming out of De Pere, Wisconsin, going to Memphis, Tennessee. 40,000 pound load of dry goods, 735 miles, booked to $1,700, got him $231 a mile. Then Oxford, Mississippi to Bloomington, Indiana, with a 42,000 pound load of used auto parts, 474 miles, booked at $1,100, got him $232 a mile. Then Plainfield, Indiana to Chapel Hills, North Carolina, with a 28,000 pound load of rental or retail merchandise, 621 miles booked at $1,300, got him $209 a mile. And they finished off with Clover, South Carolina, going to Houston, Texas, with a 13,000 pound light load of filter material, 1,015 miles booked at $1,750, got him $1.72 a mile, going to Houston, Texas. And that's it for the week, Friday to Friday, $5,850 gross for the week, 2,845 loaded miles at an average of $206 per loaded mile average. So as you can see, you guys, there's money to be made. Yes, the markets are tough, but our guys are still able to make the very top of the market. Van, reefer, or flatbed, we can help you guys make the very most that the market has to offer. The most important thing is, communication, working with dispatch, understanding that dispatch is working on your behalf. They're trying to move you around. This is the reason why you're finding loads where they're moving you around into Florida for lower dollar amounts. You'd have to really understand the markets to understand that $1.27 going into Florida will result in, running, just as many miles for, almost triple the money coming out of Florida. $1,600 going in, $4,200 coming out, and they're going to be able to make more money coming out of New Jersey as well. So you can make your weeks. You just have to trust your dispatcher, understand that their experience is, head above most truck drivers. Because most truck drivers are just looking for a single load, get me from point A to point B, let's see what we can do, and let's see how much we can average. Dispatchers, they dispatch all day long, they understand the markets, they have a lot more connections, they have a lot more technology, they're sitting in an office, not a moving truck, you know what I mean? They have phones, and right now, every little thing will help you, right? Not having to dial phone numbers is going to help tie up lines and be the first one in line to get the load. The good loads don't stick around. So there are all sorts of benefits of using a very strong dispatcher who has experience. The same thing goes for lease on owner operators. We work with both carriers and owner operators. In many cases, owner ops that I speak with, they're overpaying for the services or they're underperforming. They're not getting the loads that they should be getting paid on at the rates that they should be getting paid on. And that affects you. Week after week, you're not making enough, not making ends meet. And that's how businesses close down. And we don't want you guys to close down. So if you got any questions whatsoever about either program, make sure to give us a call or text us at 801-448-6363 or simply go to our website at aftdispatch.com and fill out the right forms, and we'll get back to you, answer all your questions. Now, until next week, guys, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.